We focused on the tonic and dominant relationships and how we can use these and the other notes of the scale in a particular way, using the timing of which notes you put on the beats and which on the offbeats. There's another trick which actually allows you not to think about that and be far more in sort of a simple scale. And this scale is called the Pentatonic Scale, and it gives a bluesy feel. This is a thing you shouldn't use too much, and actually I usually end up using bluesy pentatonic scale when I come back home after a long trip in the melody. But I'm going to show you how it works both on the tonic and the dominant chords. So I'm going to play you another version of this A section of Coquette with a bluesy scale, and I'll explain it to you after. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So how does this bluesy sound actually work? Well, there is a scale called the Pentatonic Scale, and in D, I would call it the D minor pentatonic scale, because it's not major. It's actually changing some notes from the original key of D major. And what you do when you play the blues pentatonic scale, you even add some flat notes to this. And this is all happening while the harmony is its usual happy self. It's just D major. So what do we have actually? We have a flat 3. That's a flat or minor 7th. That's a flat 5. And there's the flat 3 again. I'll play you this lick one more time. One more time. And the same lick you can play up, then you just need a little bit more of chromatic material to make it give it some direction, as follows. So we have a G and a G sharp, and we have a C and a C sharp. So there's a bit of a sort of color, because that's what chromatic notes, those are the notes that are not in the scale. They have the name chromatic, and that means color, and we like a little bit of color. So I would play something like, and that would be the blues sound using the blues pentatonic scale. Let me play one more example on Coquette. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. You see, it's a totally different vibe. My taste, my way of playing is to use it more sparingly, probably at the end. This is how I would play it if I had my way. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you just hear that bluesy sound there at the end of my phrase. That's what I like to do, but you have your own taste, you have your own decisions to make. So take this bluesy sound, and of course it's the same for every key. You use that pentatonic scale. In this case it's the key of D. A good exercise for you would be to do this pentatonic scale in F, for instance. A thing that's very related to the blues sound is the diminished sound, and you can actually play a diminished version of the major arpeggio. When we have the major arpeggio, we have this one. We also can play a diminished version of this arpeggio. It would become like this. And then we have the diminished arpeggio, which goes all the way over your fingerboard here. And that's a sound, a diminished sound, that you can also use on a major tonic. It's just a color, just like the pentatonic. Let's try that on the chord of D major. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you've heard now a different sound from the pentatonic, but it's actually using the same elements. It's using flat notes. So instead of the normal 1, 3, 5 and 7, the 3, 5 and 7 get kind of changed. The 1 never changes, otherwise the key would change.